All right, so let me go ahead and pass a little bit of information on meal plan and what it consists of and what we need to be doing in order to lose weight. And the meal plan will help you do that. It helps you tremendously because now you're not just beating around the bush. You're not guessing. You're making sure, right? Because a lot of times we want to lose weight by fixing our nutrition or getting on a calorie deficit, not eating too much to where we do lose weight. But a lot of times, if you don't follow a tailored meal plan for your body composition, you might be under eating, right? Nine times out of 10, you under eat. Not only you might under eat calories, but you might even under eat protein, which is uh, harsher on the body. Eating too little protein. Protein is the building blocks to any muscle, right? Lean muscle tissue. I'm not talking about bulkiness. I'm not talking about you're gonna bulk up like crazy if you eat a lot of protein. It doesn't work that way. And not only that, but it's even hard to eat a lot of protein, right? The average person that weighs, let's say, around 150 pounds should be consuming around 150 grams of protein per day. So once you start adding up your food throughout the day, then you're gonna notice how much protein you consume, and the majority of the time, you're consuming way too little. The majority of time that I've known, people are consuming around, man, I'm gonna say like around 50 grams of protein a day. 50 grams for a person that weighs around 150 pounds, right? So if you start regulating your protein, that's when you start seeing way more results, better results. You know why? Because not only are you going to rebuild, replenish, and satisfy your your hunger, but you're also going to elevate your metabolism. Why? Because as you recover, repair, replenish properly, because the body has the right nutrition now or the right amount of branched amino acids, proteins, is going to get that muscle replenished. It's going to be brand new, right? And it's going to elevate your metabolism because of the level of intensity, right, that your muscle has now. Now your muscle is there, therefore you must feed it, right? You must feed it. So what does it do? It starts burning more calories. It consumes more calories just to maintain that level of fitness that you have now. Overall fitness, right? Muscle mass or lean muscle tissue, right? So that's why a lot of people tend to regulate their weight when they have the right amount of muscle fiber tissue, right? Not only that, but if they continually consume protein properly, they continually regulate not only their weight but also their muscle mass, or they maintain the amount of muscle that they have. Because once you stop feeding the muscle, it starts to die. It starts to die out, and you don't want that, right? So the meal plan is, when we tailor a meal plan for you here in Manny's Fitness Program, we grab all your data, your weight, your body fat percentage, your height, your age, and then also maybe what else do, no, I think that's it. We grab that, and that's how we build your meal plan, right? Depending where you're at on your body fat percentage, because once we grab your body fat percentage, we kind of know how much muscle we're dealing with, right? It can be somebody that comes in and they look normal, right? Not too heavy set, not too skinny set, right in the middle. And then we do their body fat percentage or their body measurements, and their body fat is super high. What's super high for a female? 150 pounds. Super high will be like around 35, close to 40 uh, percentage of body fat. That's super healthy. And I've seen people come in that look normal. They don't look overweight or nothing like that, and they have like 35% body fat, which is obese, right? It falls in the category of obesity, right? So we must now understand that we need to actually concentrate on building that muscle so we can now use that metabolism, that muscle and that strength to burn more calories than usual. Because if you just start to lose weight when you don't have any muscle, then it's going to be 10 times harder to lose weight. You might lose weight because of water weight, and you might lose weight if you're overtraining and not eating enough, right? But you're losing the wrong weight. You might be losing just water weight and or muscle weight. All right, so you got to be careful with that. All right, so calorie deficit is around 300 to 500 calories difference. All right, so if we figure out your daily calorie intake just to maintain, and it's 2,000 calories, right? In order for you to get on a good, healthy weight loss meal plan, you would have to be consuming around, give or take, 17 calories for weight loss, just like that. So now that you have the right amount of calories that you need to be consuming per day so that you may not be under eating or overeating, now you have to make sure that you have enough protein throughout these calories here. You want to concentrate more on protein, good fats, good oils, and then carbs. Unless you're a marathon runner, then that's a whole different ballgame. You're gonna have to elevate your carbohydrates, right? But there you have it. Simple video. I wanted to make these little quick videos for you guys so you can be sure that you're on the right track in your nutrition as well. Because being here in boot camp or personal training or online coaching, that you're good to go with your workouts, right? But what about your nutrition, right? Your nutrition will back up your workouts. They go hand to hand. Don't just work out and do nothing about your nutrition. All right. Make sure you understand the foods that you need to be continually consuming that is going to provide to you the right amount of protein throughout the day as well. A lot of us are consuming way too many carbs, and you're continually either maintaining a certain amount of weight or you're under eating, right? Because if you don't consume enough protein, that's considered under eating as well, if you really think about it. Because what good is it that you consume all these carbs, but you don't have the right amount of protein for the muscle, right? The protein is what's going to rebuild you. Carbs is only going to replenish your energy source. And then we have good fats and oils that can also be used for an energy source and or lubrication and other bodily functions, right? So let me know what you think in the comment section. I'll be making some more of these videos depending on you, and that way they help you out, right? Other than that, you guys take care, be safe, stay motivated.